I'd like to welcome you in this new section. This section is going to be about practice. We're going to put in practice most of the things we've learned in the course so far. We're going to develop a REST API client. We're going to download the data from C++ and feed the data to QML to be displayed. This is the overview of what we're going to do. We're going to start by using the Q Network Access Manager API to download HTTP data from the internet. We're going to parse that data as JSON and figure out a way to feed the data to QML. We are going to refactor our C++ code to make it work better. You're going to see the reason why, and we're going to show you how to remove items dynamically from your data in C++. The API endpoint we are going to use is shown here. I am actually going to go there right now. Okay, here we are. It is an API that basically fetches jokes from the internet. You can specify the number of jokes you want, and in this case we want 7. For example, if I want 2 jokes, I'm going to send a request and I have 2 jokes here. If I want 5, I can put in a 5 and I am going to get the data. The most important thing for you to notice is to see the structure of the data. We basically get a JSON object. It has a field called type, and in this case it is success because we got the data successfully. It also has an array that is stored in the field that we're going to refer to as value, and inside we have a bunch of objects. Inside you see that we have an ID, we have the joke, and we have categories in these things here. We're going to parse this in JSON. Okay, you have an idea about the API we're going to use. This is what the app is basically going to look like. The user is going to have the ability to choose the number of jokes using this spin box here. They can increase the number, they can decrease the number, and they can hit fetch to download the jokes, and they're going to be displayed here. And they can add other jokes, and they're going to be added on the list here. The user is also going to have the ability to scroll through all this stuff. We also want to give the ability to remove the last joke. So if the user presses this button a couple of times, you should see item disappearing from the list view here. The app is easy in nature, but there are a few things that might put you off if you are rusty on C++. This is how we're going to parse the JSON data that we get. We are basically going to capture the data that is stored in our data buffer. We are going to create a JSON document that contains everything we got from the internet. We are going to create a JSON object out of that, and we are going to read the value, which contains our array of objects. We are going to loop through the array, capturing JSON objects inside, and we are going to read the joke field in the JSON object, and this is going to be the thing we're going to display in QML. And we are going to add this to our list that is keeping track of the jokes. After you have the data, you're going to need to display the data in QML. This is how you're going to do it. You should be familiar with this already from the first chapter of the course. Okay, this is what we have ahead in the chapter. I hope it's going to give you a chance to practice things we've learned and see how you can use all this knowledge to build something non-trivial. In the next lecture, we're going to start by downloading HTTP data from the internet on the C++ side of our application. I'll see you there.